What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Tyree, and I got a special treat for y'all tonight on Check the Rock podcast. And it can't be Check the Rock without some hoopers and without everything that has something to do with basketball. So we got the TBT tournament coming up. I believe it's next week. Some games might be played this weekend, but I know the majority of it starts next weekend, so forth and so on. So my guy CJ Carter hit me up, man, and said, "Hey, man, let's talk about this TBT thing, and let's talk some basketball." So I bring these guys in, man. They're gonna tell y'all what they do and who they are. So first, I got Coach Barry. What's going on, Coach?
What's going on, man? Coach Barry here, man. TBT assistant coach. My guy Aaron is the head coach in this thing. I'm assistant coach in this thing. Been a couple of years, five high school professional level. Just excited to get this TBT going, especially coaching a special talent like CJ Carter, ready to go.
For sure, for sure. And like he said, like he alluded to, he's the assistant coach. I got the head coach right here, Mr. Aaron Johnson.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you having me on the show.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all pulling up.
As he said, I'm the head coach, Aaron Johnson. Been coaching now since 2019. Former professional athlete, former college athlete. Played in Europe for 8 years, and now I'm trying to get my foot in this coaching game. And I got my first shot with the TBT, so I couldn't turn that down, man. So now we here with the Sweet Home Alabama.
For sure, for sure. And like he alluded to, man, basketball, you have players, you got coaches, but it doesn't mean nothing if you don't got people behind the scenes pulling the strings. We got my guy, Brandon Wood. What's going on, B?
What's going on, Tyree? Brandon Wood here, sports agent, GM of Sweet Home Alabama. Excited to be on the show. Excited to just talk about, the special thing that we're putting together. Just excited for this summer. Excited for the work we got coming up in about a week and a half. It's going to be big.
Got you. Going to be big. And I love it, man, because during the pandemic, man, the TBT is something that kept me going because that summer it was boring. And the TBT was one of the few things that really just kept going, and it gave us something to watch. So I really do appreciate the TBT. But without this guy right here, Mr. CJ Carter, former NBA player, without him, we would not be here today. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my guy, CJ Carter.
What's going on? What's going on? Happy to be back, man. Happy. I appreciate it.
For sure, man. Me and CJ linked up. I don't know if it was last year or if it was before that with the CYM, but we linked up a while ago.
Yeah.
But for sure, man, yeah. CJ, a good guy, good player. So I'm gonna swing it to you real quick, Wood. So when you I know you said you the GM. So what were you trying to think the best way to put this? So when you were putting this team together, what did you start with and what was your vision?
I started really with the name. Sweet Home Alabama. So I wanted to take some of the best basketball players from the state of Alabama and really just shine a light on it. Our team actually originated from last year when we first applied to get in. We were the neighborhood heroes. It was about shining a light on inner city youth, and we're an organization aimed to inspire. So we wanted to put a team together of guys who came from similar backgrounds, coaching staff, GM, and players all alike, and to be able to show high-level athletes and just men who've made it to be successful, not only just, the athletic profession, but, just everyday life, coming from inner city communities, low to moderate income communities, and just show the kids in those communities that, hey, you can make it from here and you can come back, you can give back and be anything you want to be. So that was the whole idea behind it.
Got you. And I just want to touch on something you said, man. It's important for people to give back because, I look at guys from my community. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, if anybody didn't know. And, we got a lot of guys that, well, we don't like to say we got a lot of guys. We've had a few guys come out of here. The biggest name you guys might know, obviously, besides J. Cole, besides him would be Dennis Smith Jr., that was playing for the Portland Trailblazers. I don't know if he is still or not, but I will say this. He's done a great job at giving back to this community. He actually has a tournament this weekend here So, he's been doing a good job. But I like that, man. Guys giving back. So I do want to swing it to the coaches, man. I know you got Sweet Home Alabama, Aaron Johnson and Coach Barry, but you guys got kind of somewhat of a tough road ahead of you. Sideline Cancer in 2020, they were the runners up, so they are in your bracket as well. And then I do know y'all do have Zip 'em Up this in y'all first game. So tell me what it's like. What are you guys most looking forward to, and what's some of the challenges that you face coaching in the TBT, or what's some of the challenges you think you might face coaching in the TBT?
Well, for me, I'm just looking forward to the opportunity of being a head coach with some professional guys. For me, I never really saw myself really coaching at the professional level, but my guy Brandon hit me up last summer. First, he asked me, did I want to play? And I was like, bro, I don't play basketball no more, man. And then he was like, well, can you coach? I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get into coaching now. At the time, I was finishing my last year up as a GA with the UAB men's basketball program,
okay,
which I graduated from. And I mean, anybody who would say no to the chance of coaching in TBT would be an idiot. So I wasn't going to be an idiot. I wasn't going to pass up that opportunity. And it's just a challenge that I think that I'm up for, man. I think I think with my knowledge of playing and my experience and the way I see the game, being a high level point guard that I was, I think that I'm able to take on the challenge and make something good out of it. So yeah, we know the road ahead of us is pretty steep. We got Zip 'em Up, who's the regional host.
yeah,
So
regional
we
host.
know they're gonna be the fan favorite and all that. Then we can see Sideline Cancer in the next round, and then the Florida TNT possibly, who's the favorites over the whole region, I would say. So man, challenges is something that you can't run from. You got to accept, and you got to go head first at it. So that's something that B Wood and myself talked about last year when we were trying to get into it. The challenge of just getting into it, and we made that happen. So challenges are just something that's made to be broken. You feel me? So that's what we're trying to do now.
I got you, Coach Barry. Similar question. What's some of the challenges you think you'll face, as assistant coach? I know you say you've been coaching for a while, but what are you most looking forward to?
I'm most forward to I look forward to working with Aaron, and the guys around, Coach CJ, and all these great players that we have around. I think the most difficult challenge is probably keeping guys even keel and not getting too high, getting too low on things. Normally with the one game elimination, so it's gonna be kind of tough keeping guys even keel and not worrying about what's gonna happen if we don't take care of this. So one thing go wrong, just keeping guys focused and trying to keep guys to play one quarter, to win one quarter at a time. We don't have to try to do it all at one time. Just win one quarter at a time. And after that, we'll come out top.
Got you. And that's something interesting that you said is keeping guys even killed, because I coach adults too, and obviously not the caliber of adults that you guys are about to coach, but maybe a couple guys that play college here and there. And I always found it rather difficult to get guys to buy in, right? Because you got a lot of guys, that normally when you put a team together, everybody that you're getting has been the best somewhere at some point. You know what I mean? So it's difficult to get guys that are the best. Let's say I got 10 guys that's the best, right? To put them together and say, well, look, I mean, I know you guys are the best, but this guy is really the best, and we're going to kind of structure it like that. So I definitely respect what you said. Now, CJ, I'm going to kick it to you. Now, I know B Wood hit you up, and I know you probably was a big piece as to getting them in. What made you say yeah?
I think it's part like what Coach Aaron was throwing out there. I for whatever reason I have this stubbornness about my self-test. I was like, hey, listen, this is probably gonna be the most challenging thing you're gonna do in a while, is accomplishing this. And so that's the first way to get me excited about anything, is do something that's damn near impossible and throw it in front of my face and be like, okay, somebody gotta do it. Why not us? And then the other part is, man, to be completely honest with you, man, I believe in Brandon probably more than I could probably even explain in words. And so Brandon and I are not just player agent but we're also brother. You know what I'm saying? And so because that relationship is so strong, it became a no-brainer that whatever Brandon did, whether we went and did a badminton tournament, whatever, I was gonna do it and be 100% fully vested in that thing. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. It just so happened he came to me with a basketball proposal, and I'm like, man, we got to get after it. And so I had to be completely honest, transparent. I had about 2 or 3 other teams reach out, offer some nice money and everything, and I mean, it just was a no-brainer. I'm sticking with my home team, and what better way to go in here and make some noise, you know what I mean, than let's go do it and shock everybody, you know what I mean? And so that's what it is.
I got you. And like you say, man, you know, you had guys offer you money. You know, I done had guys about to fight each other over $1,000. And I ain't talking about $1,000 a piece. I'm talking about it's 10 of us and we splitting $1,000. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even counting the fact that that, you know, whoever put their money in need to double up their money first before you cut it. So, you know, so I couldn't even imagine being sitting there like we playing for 2 million or $1 million, you know, and guys like, I might have to take my gun with me, man, if I was coaching, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's a little different. But it's interesting that you say that, man. Like you say, you're a very loyal dude playing with your home team. And you know, that's something I've always appreciated about you. You know, since day one, you've always been such a humble guy, man. And something I want to reiterate that you said was when you said, you know, the biggest way to get you to do something is by putting a challenge in front of you. And I think the young kids need to hear that. And the one thing I've noticed, you know, being, you know, grassroots and, you know, being at the bottom of it in the middle school, because I coach middle school, is when things get hard, I think society has made it so easy that when things get hard now, guys just switch teams or guys just go somewhere else. So they switch schools or they say, you know what, I'm going to move from Alabama to North Dakota because I know it ain't nobody that, I ain't no disrespect to North Dakota now, but I know it ain't nobody like that in North Dakota. But that's just a little joke. But that's most definitely something great, man. So so I know you said you tried to get in last year, B Woods. I know you said you tried to get in last year, but what made the TBT so enticing to you?
You're probably gonna hear this word a lot today, but the opportunity, just to be real. The brand name of it, the fact, I mean, it's on ESPN. It's the only thing basketball related going to be going on at this time. I mean, it's basketball in its purest form as pure state. So, you know, when you look at that and say, hey, man, I can go play basketball and win $1 million, it's on the line. And I can also give, you know, certain guys the opportunity that I feel like deserve to be seen on that platform and, you know, in that light on that stage. I mean, just like Aaron having the opportunity, Chris having the opportunity, CJ getting back into that opportunity. I mean, it's you know, goes out being said.
And you mentioned opportunity. I think is great. You know, shout out to one of the guys that's from Fayetteville. I know he was at camp. I don't know if he got picked up by a team or not, but Quay Parker, he used to play for Tennessee. He played with Dennis Smith in high school as well. Very talented guy. He played with Harry Giles and what was the other guy named? Brandon Childress. Yeah, he played with a lot of guys. So very talented guy. So I like the fact that you mentioned opportunity. So CJ, I want to kick it back to you real quick. You know, I know Jimmy Fredette is probably the biggest name in the tournament that I know of. You know, I know you got guys like Trevor Booker that played in the league. I know yourself, you played in the league. Is there anybody particular that you looking forward to seeing, that you looking forward to going against? Because I know how it is. When you get to this level, it's like people love to measure themselves, right? They love to say, like me, for instance, I'm a broadcaster. I would love to get in there and mix it up with Stephen A. Smith, because even though he might not be the best, people view him as the best because he's on TV every day. So is there anybody you see and you want to say, you know what, man, I want to see what they're really made of?
Oh yeah. I mean, you can start from our first game to whatever game. Potentially, every team is kind of star-studded, to be honest. So I mean, part of the gift and the curse of me being whoever I am is that at the end of the day, I guess I don't have enough bodies under my belt or something like that. So I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, oh, listen, okay, so who's the guy you said? Okay, we need to get at it. Okay, we gotta do that. But in all fairness, man, it's a talented tournament. You know what I'm saying? From top to bottom. This thing is the most. I was reading something that said this is the most talented TBT they've ever had, hands down.
Yeah, I think
Every
it's
single guy.
77 guys that's played in the NBA is in this
Yeah,
tournament.
ex-NBA experience. Absolutely, Ty, man. And so I'm looking at it kind of like, man, this is more so than anything. You know, those little conversations you have in your head when you're in the shower or something like that. Like, man, hey, I don't think anybody's better than me at singing. That's how I kind of handle my shower conversations about basketball. So what better way to kind of put that out there than on this stage? Because every game you're going to have your work cut out for you. I mean it. And that's no understatement. I understand that. I think I've had multiple conversations with Brandon Wood, with Aaron, with Chris Berry. And I think we understand that. And that's kind of what makes it fun, is because each time you're taking a David versus Goliath approach, not because we're actually not talented or just as talented, but because we're going into it as a first-year team.
Yeah.
And a lot of these favorites, you know what I mean, are teams that have been perennial entry teams into this tournament year after year, time, man. And so, you know, our work is cut out for us because of that reality. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, we're gonna hit the ground running. But I got a couple of names, you know what I mean. But man, we gotta tackle this thing one game at a time. So I mean, whoever's in front of us, just know, you know, it's all personal. We gotta take care of our business one game at a time.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I tell you, I had an argument with a guy the other day, and I was telling him this. He's like, man, you know, I didn't, you know, I'm like I said, from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I done cooked everybody down there. I ain't got nothing to prove. I said, you know, what you have to prove is this. You know, once you become a CJ Carter, once you become a Jimmy Fredette or whoever, right? You owe it to your name to every time you get on the court to produce. Because people coming for your name. Oh, CJ, he played in the league, so I'm gonna go at him. And you probably thinking the same thing. This dude played in the league more years than me, or this dude got better stats. So they saying this team is better than us. So I'm coming for you because I want what you got. You know what I mean? So I do want to ask the coaches this. You know, like I said, I coach myself, but I was never really a good player. I was just the guy that go in there and give you 5 fouls. You know, grab 2 or 3 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? And hustle and just hustle and play hard. And what I would do is I go stand right by the basket, because when they're doubling people, I could just get me a little layup. So, you know, I know you guys both mentioned that you both played, professional, whether that be overseas, whether that be college or whatever. What's the hardest part about coaching? I'll kick it to you first, Chris, and then I'll go to you, Aaron Johnson. What's the hardest part about coaching when you've been a good player? Like, because you're not in control. You know, you're in control when you're coaching, but you're not in control, right? So what's the hardest part about making that transition from the court to the bench, Coach Barry?
I think the hardest thing is just trying to, you know how you used to play and the style that you used to play at and how hard you used to go, and just to see a guy doing something and you want, like, man, why you just ain't doing it like this? But you got to realize that guy ain't you. He got a different perspective of how you trying to play the game, and also just managing the little egos a little bit. That's the toughest part about coaching, because these guys can already play. They know the game already. It's just about managing their ego a little bit. You know, saying a few little things to get them hyped up, or saying a few little things to calm them down. You know what I mean? But it's really about, man, you know, that effort. You be like, man, if that was me, I would have did this. But you got to realize it ain't you out there no more. You ain't got it. It ain't your time no more, man. But I think B Wood did a great job of putting a great group of guys together. So I don't think we'll pretty much have too much problem with any of the ego thing or nothing like that.
That's a fact, because, you know, sometimes I'm on the bench and I look at guys and I'm like, wow. Like, I'm amazed by, like, some of the stuff they do, you know, because I can't do it and I never could. So, it's amazing to me. Whereas to, like, if somebody, like, I'm just use CJ as an example. If somebody like CJ was coaching, he done seen a lot. So, you know, if you do something, oh, you do that, I could do that. Or I could do that at one point, or I still can, etc. So, Aaron, I'm gonna ask you the same question. What's the most difficult part about making that transition from the game to the bench?
Man, this is why me and Chris is perfect together as coaches on the same bench. I was gonna say the exact same thing. I remember when I first started out as a GA getting into the coaching, I used to always say, "Man, if that was me, when I used to play, it's like
Yeah.
after a while, somebody was like, dude, they ain't you, bro. Like, they don't want to hear that no more. Like, you used to be, they right now. Like, focus on them. Focus on how they can get better. Give them advice on what they can do to get better. So that's just the approach you gotta bring to it, is trying to help them. Like, it ain't about you no more. Like, you did what you did. Congratulations. Now help the next person do that same thing, or do even more than what you did. So you just got to be able to, like Chris said, manage how they highs and lows. Try to keep them at an even keel at all times, and just give them the game. Like, get them to understand what they should be doing in certain moments of the game. You know what I mean? And help them. It ain't about you no more. It's about them, and giving them all the game that they need, putting them in positions to be successful. That's what every coach done. I would say for me, put me in position to be successful, and that's the next thing you got to do as a coach, is put your players in position to be successful.
Got you. Only thing coach ever put me in position to do was sit right beside him. You know what I'm saying? Sit right here, bro.
Well,
But
put your good players in position to be
hey, look, man. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I tell people this. I know what side my bread is buttered on. Look, when I'm I ain't out there like Carlton on Will Smith on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
You gonna go into that basket and wait
Hey,
for
look,
that
I'm
ball,
passing the
though.
ball to the best player, and I'm gonna set a
I
screen
dig it.
for him, and
I
then
dig
I'm
it.
gonna dive to the hoop.
I dig it.
That's what I do. You know what I mean? But like I said, you gotta know what side of the what side your bread is buttered on, and give it to the
Understood very well. Understood.
let Jimmy cook, let Russ cook, let somebody else cook, anybody other than me, because I burn the food up. All right, so so like I was saying, man, and before we go, man, like I said, I ain't gonna hold y'all fellas too long, but I really do wish Sweet Home Alabama the best of luck. And if y'all watching out here, man, make sure y'all check out Sweet Home Alabama. The TBT is crazy this year. Over 77 NBA players. They got games at Rucker Park. Skip the Malou has a team. Floyd Mayweather's team is I don't even know what to say about his team. It looks like he just went and tried to buy a team. But that's typical Floyd fashion. But I really do think these guys, Sweet Home Alabama, got something special cooking. I like their roster, and I look forward to seeing y'all play Zip 'em Up the first game. B
Yes.
Wood, CJ. Any predictions y'all want to give me? Anything y'all want to say before we get out of here?
I'm taking Sweet Home Alabama to win it all. I think that's the
For sure.
the obvious one. I don't know who comes in second, but I'm taking us to win it all. That's what I'm gonna say there.
Let's go.
Got you. And I do just want to run down the last couple of winners. Bayhound's Army are the defending champs. You got Golden Eagles in 2020, Carmen's Crew in 2019, and 2018 Overseas Elite. That's a pretty good team. We actually had a team from around here that was participating a lot. The primetime players, I don't know, they fell apart, or I don't know what happened. But maybe North Carolina, maybe we can get a team in there one day again. Who knows? But like I said, I appreciate having all you guys on here. And before we leave, I want y'all to let the people know where they can find you at. So I'm gonna start with Coach Chris, and then we're gonna work our way back around to CJ. Coach Chris, where can the people find you at? You got any social media, anything like that?
Yes, you can find me at on Instagram, Coach Berry. That's Coach.Berry. That's on Instagram. And also, I just want to say, man, to all the fans out there, man, come watch us, support us. We on ESPN, the first game, July 18th. And also, we have a fan support page, GoFundMe, that y'all can click the link. And if you want to just drop $1, 50 cents, whatever, anything you want to send to us to help us through our journey of what we're trying to do in the TBT, you're welcome to do that. I'll get that to you in just a second. Let me look that up, or I can get B Wood to name to drop that down. But please, if y'all just want to support us, July 18th, ESPN, we're going to be on TV 7 o'clock. And if you want to support the team, check out our GoFundMe, man. I appreciate you having us on too, man. Appreciate that a lot.
Oh, for sure. Make sure y'all support the guys. Maybe next year I can hand some ice, some towels, or some water, some Some of them little mustard packets for when they cramp up or something like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, make sure you donate to the guys because a lot goes into playing, man. People don't realize that. I tell parents this all the time. You know, you got to have water. You got to have, you know, just different things, man. You know, and everything is crazy now. So, but yeah, for sure. But B Wood, I'm sorry, Coach Johnson. Where can the people find you at?
I'm on Twitter, Aaron W Johnson _1 on Instagram, AJ the Future One. Y'all please go check out my Instagram. I do a podcast myself on Instagram Live where I interview a lot of my overseas homies that's really out here, you know, making a difference, getting some money for this basketball stuff. A lot of unknown people that really making a living for themselves with the basketball and giving inspiring words and sharing their journey. So again, Twitter, Aaron W Johnson _1, and on Instagram, AJ the Future One.
Got you. B Wood, where can the people find you at?
On Instagram, that's really the only thing I use. It's gonna be bwood 3_. Let's see, the agency Instagram, Project B Sports, and then of course the TBT page is Sweet Home Alabama TBT. So for our fan support, we do have a GoFundMe. It's just gonna be Sweet Home Alabama TBT. Once you go to GoFundMe.com, that's all you're gonna type in. It's gonna pull it right up. Anything anybody's able to give, it's gonna go straight to the team, straight to the guys being able to, you know, just have a little something in their pockets, hopefully, or be able to afford the trip down, or just, you know, lodging. So it's always a great thing. Anything helps. Really appreciative of just the time today on the podcast, just to get us a little exposure. So thank you again.
For sure. And CJ, I got one last question for you, and you could finish it off with whatever you want to say.
Do it. Oh, yeah.
So you know, I got a homie, right? And I need you to give him a little message, man. Because this my issue with dude, right? So I be telling him this, you know, and I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way. The worst guy in the NBA, right? Or a guy that's played in the NBA, or even we even take it to a D1 guy, can come to any gym and put up buckets. It's too many guys that think that, because I'll use Tony Roten as an example. You know, he used to be like third string point guard for Philly, right? And you know, in the Drew League, he put up 40 and 50. So I just need you to let these guys know, man, that y'all guys really could play, man.
I tell you what. If a person thinks that you can take any person that's been into a high level of basketball and think that they can put people around them that have been at a low to no level of basketball and not instantly be like, hey, hold on a second, why he don't do this on TV? That's the first question you're gonna ask. It's totally different. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you gotta be careful what you wish for, bro. Them brothers will crack you up real good. You know what I mean? And not sweat, not breathe hard. They don't think nothing about it. Them dudes do basketball at the highest level every day, all day long, all day. Trust me. You gotta be careful what you wish for. That's all I'm gonna say. I've been in the I'm in the gym 3, sometimes 4 times a day. B Wood and Chris, the last 2 weeks have been with me. We go 3-4 times a day, every day. For somebody to be like, oh yeah, well the last time I saw you, you got in 19 seconds and they took you out. Man, I can bust your chops. And listen, brother, you don't want to bark up that tree, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
I think all these dudes, they be running their lips, man. We need to put these dudes in the gym and let them.
They don't want that.
Sick the wolves on them.
They don't want that.
I'm for real, because I'm just speaking from experience. Like, I've seen guys, like I'll give an example. You probably heard of him, Helicopter from Man One.
Yeah.
Right. John Humphreys.
Hump is my guy.
This dude can play. Like, I always tell people, like, dude, like, I mean, obviously, you know, NBA it's a different level. Not to say that Hump ain't that, but dude can really play. Like, he's probably the, you know, outside of, you know, I played on the court with Junior, Dennis Smith. You know, a lot of people don't know about Junior. Outside of him, I think Hump might be the best might be the best player I've ever been on the court with. You know what I mean? It's another guy that's pretty good. Rion Holland played for Wichita State. He's pretty good. But I mean, like Duke can really play. So tell the people where they can find you at, CJ.
You can find me on Instagram only at this point, at the CJ Carter, and yeah, man, just, holler. It's a public page, so just holler anytime. But Chris, there's one last thing. Todd, there's one last thing. I would like to say, man, I if anyone, definitely, man, is free. Man, we'd love to see the whole podcast community, man, that support you guys, the whole support system, man, show up for sure. You know what I mean? In the living rooms, the dens, the bedrooms, that Monday night when we play on ESPN for sure, man, because I like to gamble, right? And so my thing is when I gamble, I don't want to go by myself, not because I want everyone else to play, but because I believe the only way I'm going to be successful is if everyone puts their energy together. And then say, hey, we believe in, we all screaming and yelling together for the next thing to hit. So I believe the best way for us to be successful is that we have a whole bunch of people putting that good energy and that good juju on us as we out there performing. You know what I'm saying? So, man, please show up, man. Please keep your energy high for us as we go on this remarkable adventure and do something, man, that should be historical for sure.
For sure, man. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, you got me, man, and I'm gonna put the word out to my peoples,
Sure.
and we gonna for sure be out there, man. You know what I mean? Might pull up to to a sports bar or something and watch it together, man. But if we don't, I know for sure I will be watching and I will be rooting for you guys, Sweet Home Alabama, man. Like I say, man, CJ, first NBA player I ever had on my podcast. You know what I'm saying? He came on the show and a lot of people wasn't messing with me, so I really do appreciate you, man. So
anytime.
Like I said, we're going to get out of here, fellas. I appreciate y'all showing up today. Sweet Home Alabama. Go to GoFundMe. Type in Sweet Home Alabama. Drop them guys off something, man. Like my man said, 50 cents a dollar. Come on, yo. Just put a little something in there. And when you put in there, put on the comments, get Tyree as the towel boy next year. All right?
Listen, Ty is good with us. We'll get Ty out to Cincy this year, y'all. Stop playing with us, man. We'll get him out there.
Hey, look, I'm always looking for the 11th man, Ty. Everybody don't know. Hey, look, I'm always looking.
Look, hey, you need me to go. Hey, look, I'll do the Lance Stevenson type thing. Who ear I need to blow in?
Make it happen.
Do I need to untie somebody's shoes while you're not paying attention? Pull their shorts down. What I got to do? You know what I mean?
People know me. Hey, I need more guys. Anything it takes to win. More guys the more guys I get like that, we're good.
For sure, man. Just let me know who the best player is, man. I'm gonna say something about some Honey Nut Cheerios, KG style. All right. I would just say a little something in his ear, man, and have him go crazy. But I appreciate you guys pulling up, man. Like I say, man, y'all family now, man. So I'm gonna put this out tonight, man, and I'll make sure I tag you guys.